Major progress to end the conflict between the United States and Iran. We are learning that a deal could cross the finish line as soon as a day from now. The Prime Minister of Pakistan writing on X, "We are closer to a peace deal than ever before." Iran's foreign minister posting that the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding has never been closer. And even President Trump reposted that message from Iran on Truth Social. These developments come on the heels of a Trump administration official telling me we are 75% of the way there with Iran. Now, they say it's closer to 80%. In the next 24 hours, we could likely see a breakthrough that could come really at any moment. And for this, we bring in Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg. General Kellogg, you and I worked in the administration together. We've seen the great deal maker, President Trump, in action. And I get the distinct feeling we are at a very critical place right now.
Yeah, Kaylee, thanks for having me. It's good to be with you today on this Saturday. Look, I was with President Trump yesterday in the Oval Office, and I'm so amazed by he's just being resolute and very decisive. And I think what everybody ought to do right now is go back to the old military axiom of relaxing the harness. Let's wait till it comes out and let's see what really happens out there. If we can accomplish in the memorandum and the decision getting rid of their enriched uranium or stopping them from the nuclear power, that is really great. You and I were in the White House. We were working with North Korea at the time because they were a nuclear power, and you handle a nuclear power much differently than you handle a non-nuclear power. So I think the president, for the first time in 8 presidents, really had to make a hard decision on trying to make sure that they don't have a nuclear weapon or develop one. And you have to ask yourself, when you enrich uranium, you get to 3 to 5%. That's domestic use. They were well over 60%. When you get to 80%, you really got weapons grade. Why are they doing that? Why do they develop missiles that can range all the way to France? There's got to be a reason for it. And when you look at the two sects inside the Muslim community, the Shia sect and the Sunni sect, they are the Shia sect. They are very fundamentalist, much more than the Sunni sect is. And they're hardcore believers in that. And I've always had a concern on them because, frankly, as the president agrees, they're kind of nuts. And what they would do with a nuclear weapon and what would happen. So I think I'd say let's wait for 24, 36, 48 hours, find out what the thing actually says, have absolute confidence in President Trump that he'll get the best deal he's going to get because he's that way. And I tell everybody that are naysayers out there, look, you're not the president. He is. You didn't get any electoral votes. He did. He's the right guy in the right time for this job. He knows the art of the deal. He knows what he's dealing with. And I have great confidence he's going to pull it off, especially when it comes to the enriched uranium. And he's going to collect it. We're going to give it to the IAEA. We're going to give it to Moldova. We're going to get it out of that country. And that's the most important thing we have.
Absolutely, and that has been kind of the lodestar of this negotiation. General Kellogg, one thing a senior administration told me emphatically is that it is totally false that there will be cash flying over to Iran on an airplane, the way that there was during the Obama era. This is not just a trust, but a verify before any unfreezing of economic assets. You were in the Oval Office with the president yesterday. What's your take on that?
Well, I think he goes back to Reagan-esque, where it's trust but verify. And the fact is, he will do that. You've got to have confidence he's going to pull it off. He's been advised by his advisors what to do and how to do it. And I don't think he'll take a bad deal. He just won't go there. That's not his style. You and I both know that from the way he was. So once we get the enriched uranium out of there, I think we've stopped them having a nuclear power. I always get concerned about a government that's theocratic like they are, that in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, they won't come back again. But the president has handled that very, very well in the short term. This isn't for President Trump. It's not for you. It's not for me. It's actually for our grandkids or our kids.
Yes.
And he knows that. And he's done that. And he's done it exceptionally well. So I really get frustrated, Kaylee, when people out there criticize what he's doing. I said, you don't seem to understand. He's doing this for the future, not today, which helps, but something for our kids and grandkids later on. He's not going to let them threaten the Western world, or at the very least, the Mideast.
Yeah, and General Kellogg, that's one thing that was so crazy to me, the Obama-era deal. Yeah, we don't have nuclear weapons maybe in the next 15 years, but my daughter, my son, my little baby, yep, have at it, Iran. Makes no sense. General Kellogg, thank you so much for your insight.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.